How's it going, guys? It's the Crypto Oracle here. Before we get started, I just want to let you guys know how you can get a hold of me outside of YouTube. So on the left, you can see that I have my @OracleOfCrypto Twitter handle. You can check me out there where I post tons of tweets about not only crypto updates, but my personal opinions and outlooks for the crypto market. Now, even more exciting, if you check out the right side of the screen, you can see what blockchain education is. Blockchain education is our completely proprietary crypto education group that will teach you how to trade from absolute beginner to pretty much a master crypto trader. We teach you everything about how to trade, how to invest, and how to make money in this crypto market. You can see from our stats that our calls average almost 30% in the crypto market. So check it out in the first link in the description. How's it going, guys? It's the Crypto Oracle here, and today I'm going to go over my personal trading setup that I use basically every single day to not only track my coins that I'm currently trading, but also my trades and the exchange. I'm going to go over a little bit of my charting software and the technical analysis behind that, but go ahead and stick around if you'd like to learn how I personally trade basically every day. So first, we're going to start with the exchange, because the exchange is the easiest part. I personally use Binance. I think it's pretty much the best exchange out there. A lot of people use Bitfinex. Bitfinex is fine as well, but I personally prefer Binance just because I like how they're coming along. I like how you have reduced trading fees whenever you use a little bit of BNB or the Binance token. You can get a reduced trading fee on every single trade just by using their token instead of, normally Bitcoin for fees. So I use Binance. I personally use the advanced setup, which basically takes the normal Binance exchange or the normal Binance charting system and replaces it with a completely in-system TradingView chart, or basically they got a partnership with TradingView over this past year, and now they have a very nice TradingView chart right there within Binance. You have your order book here on the right hand side. I like seeing the order book flow. It kind of reminds me how much volume we have at the moment. I like seeing which orders are tough to get through, which kind of resistances and supports we're going to see, especially in the short term. A lot of the time you can catch which orders are going to act as short-term resistances and supports. But from there, let's go ahead and go to my TradingView setup for charting. So here is my chart setup. You guys have seen this all the time. This is my main chart. So normally I have Bitcoin on the left side and another coin, usually Ethereum, on the right side. Right now I have Binance just to kind of have an example of a coin that you could be trading. Personally, I use a pro account on TradingView. If you'd like to sign up for a Binance account with a safe link, go ahead, check out the description. There should be a referral link in there that should give you some type of bonus for signing up. Same with TradingView. If you go down to the description, there should be a link to sign up to TradingView Pro. I personally use the first option, I think it's $30 a month. That kind of gives me all the tools I need. I believe the next option is $60 a month, and I just don't really see myself using all of that utility that is being added. It only adds a little bit more. From there, you can buy a little bit of extra options. You can buy some other real-time markets, but that is not as important for crypto. So really, if I was to recommend any type of paid TradingView service, I would do the $30 option, because it gives you the ability to add enough indicators onto your charts, a lot more than the free chart, and it also allows you to have more trading setups or more chart setups. As you can see up here in the top corner right here, I have my Bitcoin Ethereum chart, but I also have other layouts that I can quickly switch to. I can go to all of my other charts. I can go from my laptop to my phone and see my saved layouts and just pull up my charts with the current technical analysis drawings on there. All of my drawings will stay and apply from my workstation to my laptop to my phone, so I can do everything on the go, and it kind of saves everything. So I really like TradingView. A lot of people use Coinigy as well. Completely fine, although I recommend TradingView just because I use it personally. From there, I like to keep a Bitcoin Ethereum chart up. I think that is completely necessary because it kind of keeps you in tune with the current market trend or the current market wave. If you have an eye on Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're going to be in tune with the market. From there, I have two more pages. I have this first page, this I call Doge, but it's really my alt split number 1, and I have this one over here, which is my alt split number 2. And in these splits, I just keep all of the alts that I have an eye on. So if I see and I'm going through alts, a lot of the times I'll just go to Binance, I'll look through the chart, I'll see what's doing good, I'll just pick a random coin, I'll plug it into one of my alt splits and see how it's doing just to check out the charts. But I also like to have just 8 charts up there that I'm currently following, whether I'm trading them or not. A lot of the big coins like Dash and Monero, I just like to keep an eye on. Doge, I trade a lot, so I like to keep an eye on that as well. On here, I have Ripple, Litecoin, Cardano, and TRX or Tron. Just some other very large market cap coins, kind of top 10 coins that I like to keep an eye on. But obviously, if I'm trading something more specific, let's say I go into Binance and I say, okay, Yo-Yo is doing well, it's up 20%, let's check out the chart. So I go here and I switch it out, I search Yo-Yo. Another thing, a little tip for whenever you're trading, if you're searching on TradingView, it's normally on alt up here. There's all stock, futures, forex, CFD, cryptocurrency, index, and economy. I would just go to cryptocurrency because this is going to limit the options. So if there's another stock called Yo-Yo, it's kind of going to mix in. It looks like there isn't, but if there was another stock that kind of had a similar ticker or almost the same ticker, it's just going to be a little bit more confusing. So just switch it over to cryptocurrency. Always make sure that over here you have the chart of the exchange that you're using. So I use Binance, so I always make sure it says crypto-Binance instead of like Bitfinex or Bittrex or something like that. Make sure you're using the correct pair. So I'm Yo-Yo to Bitcoin. I'm currently trading almost every alt against Bitcoin. I don't really trade against Ethereum anymore, just because it's a little bit more reliable to trade against Bitcoin, in my opinion, because I keep a closer eye on the Bitcoin chart. But I look at Yo-Yo, I say, okay, let's draw some lines on here. Let's draw some support down here. Let's see how that's doing. Let's see how that's doing. Let's see if that breaks out. Let's see if that breaks down. Let's see if we can find a channel that we can trade against. I'm not really seeing a channel right now personally, so I would probably just not trade this coin. But if I did see a channel, I would keep this up. I'd keep all my lines up and I would have an eye on my trade. So let's say I make a Yo-Yo trade. I buy this. I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to go down. I either want to long it or short it. So I buy it. I will keep my price up here. I make sure that I keep that alt chart up. This is going to keep it in your mind so that whenever you're switching from trade to trade, and let's say you're doing another trade and you go back and you see that Yo-Yo is down and has hit some type of stop loss that you set or has hit some type of sell that you've hit, you just have your eye on it at all times. And I highly recommend this. That's why I recommend the pro subscription, because you can do this 4-pane split where you have 4 charts here. As you can see, there's a ton of other options. I think you have to have the $60 subscription for the 8-pane split, but I think that's just a little too small. It's kind of hard to see 8 charts. So I recommend the 4 or the 2, depending on how you're working or just whatever you prefer. So from there, I'm going to go through an example trade of how I would show it on my TradingView. So I'm just going to do it with Binance, since we should have Binance up right now. And let's say I want to go through with a trade. So basically, I actually might be in a Binance trade right now. I do believe I am. I have a little bit of Binance, or BNB, Binance token. And I actually bought it down here. I don't know how I got it so low, actually. I must have caught this drop down here or way back here. So I bought it around, what is that? I keep a black line. What I do is I have 3 or 4 different colors for whatever I'm doing. So let's say I enter the trade. Let's ignore that I entered the trade back here. Let's say I entered the trade right now at 14,973. So what I do is I go on the left, I grab a horizontal ray, and I just stretch it out from whatever the current price is, whatever I bought it at. Say I bought it right there. Now this is going to keep my mind on where I bought the coin, what the price was whenever I bought the coin. So now I know if the price is above my black line, I am in the profit zone, I'm in the green. If it's below, I'm in the red. This is highly recommended that you keep track of where you bought the coin on your chart, because this is going to keep your mind on when you bought, where you bought, when you're going to be in the profit, when you're going to be in the loss. From there, I go ahead and throw some lines on in different colors for not only my stop loss, but also my sell target. I always make sure before I entered a trade to write down and track not only my stop loss, but my sell target. This is just going to make you a better trader overall. It's going to make you stick to your guns and stick to your trades. So let's say I see that there is a little bit less support down here. I haven't seen it bounce below somewhere around 14,100 in the midterm since, I guess, before August. Back in May, we haven't seen it bounce that low. but even then you could probably drop it down if you want to make it a little bit more liberal of a stop loss rather than keeping it tight and conservative. So you could just throw it right here, anywhere below any type of normalcy for this coin to drop or flash crash to in the short term. So I'm just going to stick it right around there, and I'm going to go ahead and make this line red. I have it red because red screams sell, it screams stop loss, and I can go ahead and make that as thick as I want. I can also make this black line a little bit thicker so you guys can see it better. So my red is going to be my stop loss. If I see the price moving towards my stop loss, I'm going to brace for that trade to execute. Now on the other side, on the flip side, there I'm going to want to put in a horizontal ray for my sell targets. I normally put in a couple of rays because I don't actually normally sell all of my coin. If I'm entering a trade, I normally have multiple sell targets. So I'll sell maybe 25, 30, up to 50% of my trade at a certain sell target. And if we keep going up from there, I'll sell the rest. But once we hit that first sell target, that is whenever I keep a closer eye on my trade. So let's say I see that there's a wedge, I see it's a triangle, I see some type of technical analysis formation that makes me want to enter this trade and put a sell order at whatever price. Let's say I think it's going to go to 18. So I put my green line right at 18. So I know whenever it starts to get closer and closer to 18 that I should execute a sell soon. And the thing is, you cannot have a stop loss and a sell order set at the same time. Normally I keep my stop loss in just to avoid any type of huge losses within a trade. If it flash crashes for some reason or the market just totally dips, then I want to make sure that I get out of that trade with it, whatever my losing statistic is. So from here, my stop loss would be negative 7.25%, somewhere around negative 7%. So my stop loss criteria would be if it goes down 7%, I'm going to sell. Now my first sell order, my first target for whenever I sell in the profit zone is going to be at 18, and we're sitting right around 14, 15. So that would be a positive 20%. That is something to also keep an eye on, is your risk reward ratio. So my profit possibility, if the technical analysis is correct, would be 20%, and my loss possibility would be maximized at 7%. So that's a 3-to-1 estimated risk reward ratio. From there, I can set multiple sell lines. So I can go ahead and I can say, oh, I think it might even go and bounce off whatever this resistance is, because it bounced in the past. So we're going to see that acting as a resistance again in the future, somewhere around 19, approaching 20. So if I set it, I say, okay, 20 is kind of an important psychological sell point. So I'm going to set mine at maybe 19,895, because a lot of people will probably have sell orders set at 20 in the future. So from there, I would have an additional reward of 32%, 32.5%. So what I would do to determine my risk reward ratio is go ahead and average those out. So if I think that I would sell maybe 50% at that 18 mark, and the rest of the 50% at that right around 20 mark, what we're going to do is average that. Take our 20% possible reward ratio, we multiply that times 0.5, we get 10. Add that to our 32.5% divided by 2, which gives us 16.25 plus 10. It gives us a possible overall reward averaged out between our two sell orders of 26.25%. And from there, you only have 7% loss possibility. So you divide that by around 7, you get 3.75. So a little bit improved of a risk reward ratio there. So that is how I set up a trade. That is my trading setup. That is what I go through whenever I'm thinking of a trade. That's not any bit of the technical analysis behind it, but this is just how I draw out my trades. I track them within my charts. I always make sure to not only track my trades on paper on an Excel document that says when you bought, when you wish to sell, when your stop loss is, but I also throw it on my chart just because I'm going to be looking at these all day. Even if I'm not looking or like actively trading all day, I can come home from work at the end of the day, I can pull up my charts whenever I get on my computer, and I can see where we are in terms of my trade, how my trade is looking. You got to keep track of your trades. You got to keep an eye on everything. That is the most important part. So there it is, guys. That is my tutorial on my trading setup, and honestly my recommendation on pretty much how everybody should trade. Obviously, you don't have to do it exactly like I do. You can do it with other exchanges, you can do it with other trading, or you can do it with other charting software, but that is what I use. So obviously I recommend it. It's worked very well for me in the past. It's currently working well. So the only change from there would really just be personal preference. If you like a different trading software, you like a different exchange, but you should definitely keep those tips in mind, that you should be tracking your trades on your charts. It's just going to be very, very helpful as an active trader. From there, I'm going to go ahead and throw a link in the description to a video I posted probably a few weeks ago that explains how I track my trades for tax purposes. This is going to explain how I track my trades physically on an Excel spreadsheet, and sometimes I just write them on paper, but that is going to show the other side. So I told you to make sure you keep track on your charts, but you're going to also want to keep track in a book or some type of ledger of your trades on Excel. So I'll just throw that link in the description from the past video because it explained everything and I don't want to have to go through that again. So thank you guys for watching. This has been the Crypto Oracle. Good luck trading this week, guys. Make sure to check out all the links in the description, especially that TradingView and Binance link. Those are going to get you some slight sign up bonuses or sign up rewards from the referral system. It's just helps me out, helps you guys out. But again, thank you guys for watching. Good luck trading this week.